So, remember this from Gulp last time?
This seems vaguely familiar.
Maybe I kind of need to explain how I did this, how this came to be.
I guess.
So,
It seems pretty straightforward to me.
Level storage. Right.
Uh-oh.
If you know about speedruns from different kind of games, you know that level storage is kind of like item storage, and level storage is all like kind of a huge involved thing, and it kind of is here too.
Some video game memory manipulation shenanigans.
Kind of. So what we need to have Gulp unlocked, and we need to have Speedway unlocked. Because what we're going to do is we're going to store the Speedway in another level.
Sure.
So what we need to do is, do you remember the wrong warp we did with the portal and Glimmer?
I do.
We kind of need to do the same thing. We need to pause at the exact time that we go into Gulp's Overlook, but just before it actually loads us in. So that the pause menu says...
basically.
Yeah, when the pause menu says Gulp's Overlook, then that frame we want. It's kind of frame perfect, you know. And we got that frame, then we exit level.
Okay.
What happens then is that we go to either one of the two Speedway levels, or we exit actually from one of the two Speedway levels. Okay, now it gets more crazy. The cutscene plays,
Okay.
but
okay.
we in the background we exit from one of the Speedway levels. And I'm gonna do the trick it wrongs a few times, which leads to some soft lock, like right here. I skipped the cutscene. You don't want to do that. You soft lock.
That dooms you. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that dooms you, and you need to like actually quit the application and come back.
So you have to enjoy Ripto's monologue every time.
Not only that,
Oh.
not only that, you have to control Spyro in the background while the cutscene is playing blindly.
Oh, because you're currently piloting Spyro while Ripto is talking.
Yes.
Oh.
So what you need to do is you need to wait for like a sound of Spyro's feet landing. It means Spyro's exiting one of the Speedway portals. You know which portal, which Speedway it is from the color. If it's yellow, it's Icy Speedway. If it's purple, it's Metro Speedway.
Okay.
So what you need to do is while the cutscene is playing, you need to move Spyro back into the portal that you just came out of blindly.
Okay.
It's not crazy, but you're doing it blind, so you need to like move a little bit like this and then backwards into the portal again. And if you don't do that in time before the cutscene ends, like I did like here, again it's a soft lock.
Okay. And Spyro's soul is trapped forever between portals.
Yeah. So this all has a grand purpose, a really amazing grand purpose,
Okay.
believe me. So
You're not
we
just
do it
doing
again.
this for your own jollies.
Yeah. This time we get purple, so it's purple then turns to yellow, but it's purple in the beginning, so it's Metro Speedway.
Gotcha.
It's a little easier, the movement. Sometimes you have to press like L2 to center the camera and then move back on
okay.
IC, I think it is.
Just you have a set view to work with.
Yeah. And when you go into the portal in time, you see that save,
Oh, yeah.
auto-save icon. That's a good symbol.
Means that it
That means
knows you
you-
transition somewhere else.
Yeah, that means you've gone into the portal, and now we can pause the game because we're like inside the speedway. You see that too?
Yep. Bloop.
And then
Okay.
once you've died in the speedway, or like you've paused and exited the speedway again, then you can
Oh.
skip the cutscene, and then you load into Gulp with the speedway active,
speedway
which
style,
means you have infinite supercharge, you have infinite super flight, and you have a timer. The timer counts up because we finished the speedway. If we didn't finish the speedway, we'd only have 30 seconds in this mode.
But we have 10 minutes now, so.
But now we have 10 minutes exactly.
Wow. That's amazing.
But it even gets better.
Oh no.
Like actually, I did it wrong. I was too slow to do it,
Okay.
which means I actually load in immediately with the power-ups. Actually, you want to load in with Gulp without the power-ups yet, and then die to Gulp, and then get them, and then you're in the perfect spot.
Okay.
So actually, we can enjoy a little bit running around here,
Little
exploring
tourism.
everything, and yeah, a little tourism, get to Ripto, all that cool stuff. But we're gonna soft lock eventually.
As we bash our heads into Ripto's throne forever.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah,
camera
get
still,
him.
the camera is really not working with us in this level, but we can get to Ripto.
Yeah. We may not be able to hurt you properly, but...
Yeah. Because of the missile, we can hurt him properly because it's
amazing.
programmed to react to the missile. So yeah.
And he's not just for the missile. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Proper. So if you want to torture Ripto for 10 minutes at a time.
So
Okay. Come on, bud.
we died here, but this is still like a bad mode. We will still kind of soft lock here, but like Gulp is vulnerable to supercharge. His health doesn't actually go down.
Okay.
But when you supercharge him, when you start a supercharge, you can kind of see a hit icon, like a hit effect.
Little hit flash.
We're doing damage to Gulp.
He just doesn't know to recognize that as hit for his health bar to react.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Sorry, Gulp. I bet that was confusing.
Yeah, we skipped the cutscene here, but we will just get a black screen. We soft locked because I was not fast enough the first time when I loaded in. So we gotta do it again. This time, just I have to do everything a little faster, and
More precisely.
we'll be good. Because you might wonder, like, why am I doing this? I already got the supercharge and super flame in Gulp. I was already able to do all the cool stuff.
There must be more.
Because there is more. Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm terrified. What else could it be?
But this time, if you could pay attention to the lower right corner, I'm doing everything a little bit faster.
Here you go.
Now I've gone into the portal. I immediately pause and exit level. Yeah, I see the save icon again. I immediately skip. And if everything is good, we appear in Gulp. But without our power-ups.
Okay. So
This is
everything we're
fine.
totally fine as normal.
Yeah, you might think like you screwed up when you get to the state, right? Because you don't have the timer, you don't have the power-ups.
Yeah,
But this is actually
everything's
good.
fine.
You get yourself killed by Gulp, so that he doesn't move when you respawn. And when you respawn, you have the power-ups.
Okay. And then we murder Gulp.
And then we murder Gulp. And then the fun really starts. Now, this tactic is used in the speedrun for grand purpose.
It doesn't
It
seem
also
that
just
fast
helps
by
beat
itself.
Gulp faster.
Okay.
It does, but he save time with Gulp itself because Gulp is kind of a long fight. But
Yeah.
okay, so we can skip this cutscene safely.
Instead of having to dodge the attacks, you can just grind him into powder.
But now we spawn into Winter Tundra. But look
Okay.
at the timer;
Oh.
it's still there.
Gotcha.
We still have our power-ups, which means this is what's happened in the speedrun. I'm gonna show it off properly in the Winter Tundra speedrun, but this is how you skip the 40 orb door to get to Ripto, and just straight up go from Gulp to Ripto.
So you
and
can
finish the
blast
game.
through Winter Tundra entirely.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show all that off in the Winter Tundra video that's next.
Yeah.
Not
Wow.
right now, but the important part here is that you can go to any level in the game. Well, not just any level in the game. You can quit game and go to any level in the series,
Oh.
and the level storage will still be active.
So it cracks open like a level select for the entire collection,
Yes,
basically.
it
that's crazy.
cracks open supercharge and superflight for the entire trilogy.
Oh. Oh, for all the work Obstructo did to try and can us, look at your ultimate freedom now.
Yeah, look at us now. Like, we're in the first homeworld from Spyro 1, and we have Supercharge, we have Super Flame. Not Super Flame, we have Supercharge and Super Flight.
Yeah. Superflight, the important part.
Yeah, and this
Go
door
anywhere,
that
see
has
everything.
haunted me forever, that's unopenable, and nobody can know what's inside. Okay, I did show it off a little bit when we went out of bounds,
Okay.
but now we can really go there.
You can properly explore.
Yeah. Most levels have a height cap, so if you remember in Crystal Glacier what we did to break the height cap,
Yeah.
we do that here too. So we use the analog stick a little bit down and then go up.
Make it think that down is up and up is down.
Yep. So that we can break the height capping and go high in most of the levels. But
And
every
finally-
level has a different height cap, so it's a little bit different. You know,
Yeah.
different changes.
Takes a little bit of finagling, but
Yeah, and so most of the enemies don't have a hit reaction to supercharge because they're not supposed to have it. You know?
they were never supposed to meet Supercharge.
And now,
The Chocolate Mountains.
now we are out of bounds and with Superflight.
Is that what's beyond
Now
the
for
Forbidden
what's
Door?
inside the castle that we've always wondered about. Well, here, okay, just turn around
ready.
and we'll see the treasures of the dragons.
It looks like a little embarrassed person face there. Duh.
Oh, well,
Well,
inside is nothing.
the real
Just-
treasure was the hacks we found along the way.
The entire castle was just a tiny storage room with nothing inside.
I'm kind of surprised it has a texture even. Honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was never intended to go there, so yeah.
It's like the royal turnip storage chamber.
So now for the rest of the video, we're gonna explore some cool levels.
Yeah.
With our we have level storage because it does end when you quit the actual EXE, the actual
Oh,
game,
okay.
the actual application. It does reset.
So you might as
But
well
while we have it,
soak it up while you got it.
yeah, exactly. I'm going to some of my favorite levels, like Dark Hollow here. It's a really aesthetically one of my favorite levels.
Yeah. The lit
it
castle
has-
is always one of the best.
Yeah, it naturally has a really high height cap, so we
even
can
better.
just go from above and just really enjoy. It's a tiny level actually.
Yeah, when you see it like this, it's like a miniature golf hole. Like it's itty bitty.
Yeah, well, normal it is actually a really tiny level normally, but yeah, for sure. We can go to some of the cool towers that were in the back and see what's there. And of
More
course,
turnip storage, I bet.
Yeah, they're unfinished. There's nothing there. Of course.
But what if you gotta look because of what if just one time
Yeah,
there
sure.
was something.
Sure. We can go below the level as well.
Yeah. Oh, this feels proper. This feels like coming home.
Yeah,
Being
so
in the
this is
wrong place.
what people do to kind of find out of bounds secrets. It's do the trick and you can have access to the entire trilogy.
Man.
In the speed run, it is disallowed to do level storage and then start a new game in Spyro 1 or Spyro 3 and then actually do it faster with Supercharge and Superflight. That's
Gotcha.
that's illegal because that's you're using a different game to beat another game, so it's
You'd have to, at the very least, have your own category for that, I'm sure.
I don't know if there's a separate category for it, but
It would be super interesting, to be fair. So
yeah.
it would be like Spyro flies to portals.
Yeah, it's not that often run, I think. There's a lot of things that take away your abilities, like cutscenes.
Ah, okay.
Cutscenes takes away your superflight, but not your supercharge.
Oh.
And what actually breaks everything, if you go into a speedway or a flight level, that'll break everything, so don't go in those.
Because I'm sure then it checks your flight and supercharge status.
Yes. It just resets everything. Enemies here do have hitboxes for supercharge because this is a supercharge level.
Yeah.
So this level begins with a cutscene, so we save to Zoe and then die to reset it. And Treetop's another interesting level, I thought, to show
Yeah.
off.
Plus, just an interesting level in general.
Unfortunately, the height cap is quite low, it seems.
Oh, wow. And very strongly enforced.
In fact, so low that it meets exactly with the death plane.
Wow.
So we can't really fly around in treetops.
None of your garbage here, dragon.
Yeah, the
Treetop is
height
actually
cap
just on a planet that has really high gravity.
Yeah, I suppose. So yeah, that's an interesting. These are things you find out, it's funny.
You did the science. It pushes him down so hard he skips frames.
Yeah.
It's too fast to
No.
animate.
We're gonna go to Autumn Plains because it's just my favorite level, and with some free flight, it's just to enjoy looking at it.
Yep.
from afar, because we already saw like a good chunk of it from above.
But still,
Not normally, yeah.
if you wanted an activity that is like perfect Jaff therapy, this is probably it right here.
Oh yeah, for sure. If there's a level that any of the viewers want to see in particular, I will have to get level storage again, but feel free to give your suggestions, like if you want to see something in particular, and maybe I can do a bonus video of showing off some very specific things.
And find your own personal royal turnip storage. And solve your own personal mystery.
Alright, and if you talk to someone, you also lose super flight, so that's what happened here. We talked to Shorty there.
Stupid hippo.
But we have still have supercharge, and we can use that to get those gems we missed.
Oh, yeah.
Because normally that's a headbass chest, but it also breaks with supercharge.
No problem, kid. I'm
So
super
we can
Spyro.
actually finally get those gems that we missed.
Yeah. But in the much more cool way.
Yeah, in a much more cool way.
There we go. It's nothing cooler than 400 out of 400.
And I came to Shady Oasis also for another reason, in that like Shady Oasis was a one level that you can't really break, right?
It wasn't.
It wasn't, right? until these very special circumstances. I mean, look, there's this open ceiling right there.
Oh, oh. Can it be done?
It can be done. The height cap here is quite high.
Wow.
So it's very bright outside, and now, finally, you can see Shady Oasis from outside.
I see why you brought your shades, because that is bright as
Yeah.
heck. Huh.
I really love this. Like, nobody could ever see Shady Oasis from this kind of distance before. And
Oh, I'm sure they never thought in a million years anybody would see the exterior of the walls.
yeah, they didn't finish them that well. Yeah.
At least they put polygons on both sides, so, you know, it's not just like a see-through zone. There is some forethought there.
So
I
Shady
wonder what the dark
Oasis,
spots are there on the wall. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's just coming from textures from the other side or something.
Yeah. Some shadow work.
Shadows, yeah.
Oh, hey, bud.
Yeah, and these little platforms out of bounds are where those thieves are stored before they spawn into the level.
I don't suppose you can. You can.
You can.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they're just normal, but they're just stored under the level. Like
Just waiting to get deployed.
that's a tactic that most developers use. Is just store a something, a polygon, like a character, a out of
Unless
bounds.
you got really fancy streaming technology, it's just better to have it loaded and ready to go.
Yep. And now we can access them.
And now nowhere is safe. The dragon is coming,
That's right. It feels good.
and he hungers for lamp.
Yeah, so like a Shady Oasis for sure got gotten, and like
Yeah.
pretty much any other two.
So you can't break Shadow Oasis, but you can break the entire like sub-reality of all the games together,
Yeah.
which includes Shady Oasis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems reasonable.
Of course, I can't show off any of the Spyro 3 levels yet, because yeah,
Spoilers.
spoilers. But that's something that could eventually happen, maybe.
Yeah. Someday we'll fly there too.
We're going back to Gulp because when you die to him and he doesn't act, you don't actually get the skill point for beating him perfectly. So I still want that.
Just gotta
I
get
cheated,
it.
but whatever.
You technically succeeded, and that's the part that matters. That's
The
what gets
game
you a
gave
skill
it to me
point.
fair and square. Sorry, everybody, but next time we can do Winter Tundra. Bye bye.
Alright.